Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. We've got another round of buffs and nerfs roulette as to who is going to be removed from the meta. As this recent build is not yet still a release candidate, so it is still a testing build, which means hopefully there will be even more changes coming through for some of these specializations, but they go into some particulars as to their reasoning for some of these heavy-handed nerfs that are coming forward. Although I would have liked to have seen more descriptions like this with some of the other changes that were made as well, but we will quickly go over these. And if you'd like to make sure that you stay ahead of the curve with these patch notes and changes, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, because I do my best to bring them up to you here on the YouTube channel in real time. You can also catch me on twitch.tv/Supatease. I am streaming every day. We're doing 0 to Heroes, viewer pushes, and rank 1 games. So if you want a good time, check me out over there as well. But in this recent round of changes, we are going to see that the Feral Druid set bonus nerf has an explanation now tied to it. Their 4 set bonus damage has been reduced by 65%, and the developer's note reads as, "This adjustment is pretty heavy, so we wanted to explain why this is necessary. Sickle of the Lion's damage was set too high due to a bug that caused external power increases." Sounds pretty similar to their explanation for Survival Hunter set bonuses being nerfed so hard, such as Mastery and abilities that enhance Feral's rotation to double dip and even triple dip into those benefits. The damage reduction reflects the removal of those repeat benefits and bringing the damage in line with other set bonuses. We are watching feedback closely and will adjust even post-launch if the need arises. Thank you for testing and providing feedback. We genuinely appreciate the support. So with that, Feral Druid was, I think, easily on the top, at least from most of the testing for PvE, so it also makes sense to target it, and because it was explained as it was a kind of a bug fix, but maybe they couldn't fix the bug, so this is how they went around it, is just nerfing the damage on the set bonus, rather than trying to isolate the bug going on, but I don't really know the specifics of that. Either way, it's to try and equalize where the set bonus was supposed to land in reality. You'll probably still be strong. The fact that you have the AoE now that you didn't before, and some of the cooldown reduction and stuff like that coming to the dungeons as well might open up some opportunities for Feral. In PvP, it's going to be a significant nerf still, but I like that they had the explanation for it, and notes like this. I really like this as a touch, but I do wish that they were in here for a few other ones. Guardian Druid set bonus is being nerfed, and I feel like that's not surprising when it comes to PV, at least for Mythic Plus, with how popular Guardian Druid is at the moment. So your 4-piece is going to be doing 32% less damage, and its healing is going to be reduced by 25%. And then we get to the changes where I wish there was further notes, which is the Frost Mage specifically. So Frost Mage is getting some pretty chunky nerfs. Frozen Orb damage reduced by 8%, Blizzard damage reduced by 5%, and the reduction of the cooldown of Frozen Orb is cut in half, only 0.5 seconds each time it deals damage, down by 0.5 seconds. And then your Icy Propulsion's Conduit cooldown reduction can now only occur every 0.35 seconds, likely targeting, again, PvE. Most of these changes seem to be directly correlated with PvE, but in PvP, this is has some big altercations, because Frost is just not really that popular at the moment, and these spells specifically were already very low impact. Just making them even more low impact means that as a Frost Mage in PvP, you're probably going to stick to only Necrolord Frostbolt, trying to stack a bunch of modifiers together for a big crit as your options to be able to play the game at the moment. So while something like this makes sense in PvE, in PvP, it's going to have some negative altercations that, again, I'm hoping that there were notes in here to say, like, we're trying to get this out as fast as we can. We are going to be looking at PvP balance at a later date or something like that. Because right now it seems like all the changes are for the raid tuning for Mythic Plus from what I have seen. And you can see that when we get down into the Discipline Priest, for their set bonuses, their 2-piece is freely casted Shadow Mends grant 2 extra seconds of atonement to the target, up to 16 seconds total. And the duration of the Manifested Twilight has been increased to 20 seconds, up from 10. And Shadow Mend no longer consumes all stacks of Manifested Twilight. So trying to make the set bonus competitive in PvE is what they're trying to do, but it's making it even more powerful in PvP. As a disc priest, you're going to be pretty happy about that. You're in a solid position, but again, it's one of those things where certain bonuses or effects are so much more desirable in PvE compared to other ones like this, that no matter how much you buff them to make them viable and competitive in PvE, they just never will, but they'll just be exorbitantly strong in PvP, or vice versa. You make something that's really strong for PvE and it's just not good in PvP. Or you make something strong that's good for PvP, where it's about burst damage and not these sustained windows, or damage reduction for PvE. It's like there's this total difference in what is desirable between the content. So I still would have really liked to have seen set bonuses that were separated between PvE and PvP, so that it could bring out what is the best and most desirable for the given content that the player is acquiring the gear for. So they can be excited for it, because I know there's a lot of set bonuses for players in certain content, be it PvE or PvP, that they don't really even want to look at their set bonus. It's not that great for the content that they're doing. And that's because it's shared in my mind. Like, it's trying to enhance the effects of the class, but the effects aren't desirable in that area of the game. So it's just kind of hitting a little bit short. And I think you're starting to see that difference here in this round of tuning more specifically, that these bonuses and class changes aren't going to be congruent with what is necessary for PvP at the moment. But sometimes it's even PvE, like this Disc Priest set bonus, where you're not going to get the maximum benefit. But I just wanted to run you through my thoughts here with this quick update. Disc Priest, you're going to be pretty happy with this. In PvE, you probably still won't wear it. Feral Druid, you're probably still going to end up in a decent spot. Guardian Druid was an expected nerf. And Frost Mage, wasn't really anticipating a Frost Mage nerf, but I've been keeping track of like the absolute cutting edge for PvE at the moment for how much further ahead they were getting. But in PvP, you're really not too excited about this one for Frost Mage. But again, if you want to make sure you're staying up to date with the changes, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments down below what you think for patch 9.2. And of course, make sure you check out my other videos. I'm going to be doing class reviews. So what should you main? What's looking good? What's looking solid? I know a lot of you really enjoyed the demonology video and the demonology build that I had. And I'll have that linked here in a moment at the end of the video. But aside from that, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.